So, do you know that there's more? Do you feel like something's missing? Do you feel like there's puzzle pieces that if you had would make things in your life easier and more complete? If you feel that way, you are at the right place, I promise you. And I know exactly how you feel. And we are going to dive into that today in this video. So if this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Gavin. This is the 1 Minute Vlog. I'm gonna be really transparent right from the get-go. I try to be on all the videos. What I think I'm gonna share today, I don't even really know for sure. I'm allowing what has been coming through me to show up here in whatever expression that is. But I have some resistance around it. I have some hesitancy. I have some fear because, one part of me wants to be like, you're really going to put this out there? It's what you're going to say. People might judge you or just look at you weird or not accept you and all stuff that I know is not true. But, when you put stuff on the internet, you're opening yourself up to a certain level of mere reflection, I could say, right? So, this vlog is really, I'm teaching oneness. And that would be the first thing that it's weird for me to say that to you. Because, can you really teach oneness in this body and, through video on YouTube, right? And the first thing I'm supposed to share with you, I've received this in meditations. I'm definitely connecting to source, to God. I would say spirit, and Jesus is kind of my, not necessarily the Jesus of the Bible, okay, but the Course in Miracles Jesus is who I resonate with. That really having these I don't even know if it's words. I mean, there's sometimes I just have these thoughts and I'm like, that's not me thinking that. That's receiving guidance. Yet recently I've had some resistance to these videos because right now, who knows when you're watching this, but right now there's very little traction. There's very little views. It's a decent amount of uncomfortableness of me doing these. It's a decent amount of work. And so it's my brain and that ego and the results in me wants to be see, what is this really doing anything? And what I've received recently is that's not the point, Gavin. The point is a lot of people, they may write their books or they may share their journey afterwards, but with the Onement, a oneness movement, what you're being called forth to do is to share your experience as you're on this journey, as what, saying this word, a lot of people are like, oh, you think, I do not think I'm special by any means. I do not think I'm any different than you. In fact, I am you, right? Reminding you of who you really are and helping you remember through these videos, okay? But essentially sharing this ascension process, okay, that a lot of people in the spiritual world like to call it a possible, another way to look at it is an awakening and a return to God and ultimately to oneness, to our absolute truth of love and joy and that we are God, right? And I know, in my heart, I feel that, I know that, and that's why this world can be so frustrating. And that's why I feel like I'm supposed to be sharing the videos of all of it, the ups and downs, so you can relate to the experience of that you're not alone, that you're not going crazy, that this is the path, right? And it's oh my gosh, through what looks Gavin with the 1 minute, I can relate and I can learn and I can remember. So here I am showing up vulnerably, following this path. And what in this meditation came up this morning, it was Gavin, share what's been going on with you. Share the differences. And I'm here to tell you, there's this absolute transformation going on. And there's a part of me that is yes, this is awesome. And there's a part of me, again, that the word would be resistance and scared, because it's there's a part of me that feels I'm going to leave behind the world that I've been used to. And I don't know what that means. I've talked about that in other videos. What would that mean for, you know, my family and my relationships, and like even like the parts that I like about like what shows up as Gavin right now, right? Like that's concerning would be the word. Maybe not as scary as it used to be. If I'm doing these videos, I can tell like I'm starting to get over that hump, right? And you know, I want to share with you, you know, what's been coming up, because it seems like this massive transformation, this massive acceleration. Time is really weird right now. So I'm just going to start naming things, okay? What is coming up over, I would say like the last month, is that I'm emotionally going whoosh, 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 whoosh. I mean, it's this yo-yo, right? To like this bliss and this love and being connected, and then like this low of like, oh my gosh, and like doubt and fear, and like, I don't know if I'm capable of this, right? And when, you know, like my meditation this morning is like, part of the reason you're supposed to share this, Gavin, is because a lot of times people see the end result and they see like, oh, this person is now considered awakened or enlightened or in 4D or 5D, or, you know, all these like words that are thrown out there. But then the people are the witness of like after the fact. And that's what I'm realizing is like, bring people along, and they can go back from day one and see where you were in ego, see where you were emotional, see where you were in fear, and then be able to see the transformation over however long it takes, right? And I have much less doubt that I know that's where I'm going. I've known it since I was a little kid. If you're watching this video, you know where that's where you're going. There is no difference. It's like, what do we value? What is our highest purpose? Is it to play this limiting game of fear and scarcity? Or is it to really connect with our truth, with our absolute beingness, with God, and live that expression on earth, right? In creating heaven on earth, despite all the limitation that we're taught, that we've bought into, that is absolute BS, right? That's what we're here for. I know that's what I'm here for. I started the 1 minute, like, gosh, in like 2009, 2010, like 13, 14 years ago. And like, I put it on hold because of fear and all this stuff. Shared that in another video. You might have already watched it. Yesterday, or not, just recently, my latest post was, what if you're Jesus? Like, who puts that out there, right? Like only someone who's being like shown like away. And really, what I don't think I shared in that video that I want to say to you is like that, you know, really the meaning behind that is that we're all these ascended masters. We're all these, you know, son of gods. And that like at some level, if you're watching this, like you knew, just like Jesus, that was your awakening. And what I'd like to share with you, what I've realized is like Jesus went through a similar process. Like, you know, we're all, don't compare yourself to like, you know, having to become him or be him. That's, you know, meaning that missing the purpose. But there's this aspect to this physical world that we're getting through that veil. We're getting through that forgetfulness of you know, our truth. And all these people that we really look up to, that we look as masters, went through a similar, you know, situation of having to like get through the veil and the forgetfulness. Okay. So that's the first thing I would say to you about like my last video. And what I'm saying here to you today is that, you know, I connect with Jesus, but we all have the possibility of awakening, of becoming enlightened, of having like, you know, not from ego superpowers, but being able to see like reality, like real reality, like truth and love everywhere, regardless of what like our past mind wants to trick us into believing. Okay. So I'm starting to get that at a huge level. And just, you know, with that emotion back and forth, it's like my mind at some level is fighting the progression onto this next stage, and how it shows up as fear. That's what keeps us, you know, distracted from, you know, who we really are, keeps us where we're at, keeps us from moving forward. And so I've been diving into that fear. I've been allowing it. I've cried on some of the videos. I've shared the fears, right? So that's one thing I want to say. So secondly, the synchronicities are insane, okay? Everywhere, all day. I can show you all these pictures that I do screenshots, like a video. It's like it's got 11,000 likes or 111,000 views. Or when I'm driving to an appointment, it's 11 miles or 1.1 miles. And the 111, like it just comes up like non-stop, okay? And that, you know, I was reading a book last night and it started talking about that. And it was like this reminder that, you know, it said, when you see those synchronicities, those numbers, those are, you know, the universe, like God speaking to you, letting you know, assuring you that you're on the right path. One of my Onement t-shirt said, everything's going to be okay. Like, I know that's one of my big things, is to go around and just, hey, everything's going to be okay. It might not feel that way or look that way now, but everything's going to be okay. And I'm here to tell myself and tell you what's happening in your life right now is exactly what's supposed to divinely happen for your purpose in, I mean, you could call this, you know, this incarnation, but like in your spiritual evolution, in that ascension process of whatever it's designed and looks like for you, right? It's perfect. Don't get, you know, you can have the feelings, you can get mad or angry, but allow it and know it, that like, have this trust and faith that it's perfect. It's perfection unfolding for you, right? So that's another thing that I've really picked up and I'm sharing with you. Also, I just don't, I used to have like a few beers a week, some glasses of wine. I might have one, but I don't enjoy it the way I used to. I'm also having a craving for like more water or better foods. And then I've noticed my taste buds recently like are just like off the charts. Like if I don't like it, I'm like, oh, that's disgusting, or this is really good. And you know, again, just sharing with you some of the things that are coming up with me. Also, I've been spending way more time, like I used to really follow college football and this one team and all these blogs and like just this distraction that like doesn't matter, right? And then my job allows me quite a bit of free time, okay? And I work, you know, different hours of the day. But my new morning practice is an hour to like 90 minutes a morning. You know, it might be working out. I'm doing a lot of Kundalini yoga. I'm doing a lot of meditations, breathing exercises. But I really feel like my heart opening. I really feel my chakras, you know, just starting to clear, okay? And following like those videos and those guidance, like when YouTube recommends something for me, I'm like, this is for me. I love Aaron Abke right now. Like, can't get enough of him. I drive for about a couple hours a day and I just listen nonstop. I love David Hoffmeister. Those are my people that I listen to the most right now. But, you know, I follow that in my morning routine and just like put all this stuff, and I feel like, put the stuff in my mind, I feel like it's like the universe having this conversation with me through these people, just like I'm doing with you right now, and just why I've invited you to come on this journey, right? And what else have has kind of with me lately? You know, financially, I've explained that, like, you know, I really struggle. I have for years and years and years of like finding my passion in my work. And actually, it wasn't the last video. I've got another video that's right before this. I record a few videos and it takes me a little while to edit them if this seems out of order, if you're watching these in order. You know, I talked about the other day, possibly the last one that you guys watched, with work and like how to bring oneness to my work. And so I'm not looking at it from the perspective of results. I'm looking at it from the perspective of bringing truth to where I show up and seeing everybody that I'm in front of as love, raising my vibration and like bringing reality to the situation, and then allowing whatever's supposed to unfold in that moment that's divine, that's the perfection, that's the miracle, that's what was supposed to happen, and just whatever. And there's a freedom in that. Like, there's not like a need or like an expectation or a want of a result. It's I'm showing up as truth, okay? And that has helped a lot. I recommend going back. That's a quick snippet, what I just shared with you. But you know, at work, I'm just letting go. Like it triggers me. It brings up financial fears. Like it feels like a lot of pressure, and it's not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun. I mean, I know you can relate, but like I can feel maybe some advancement, some growth, some healing, some letting go. And it feels good, right? Like it just feels like this release. So also I'm really working on like that inner love, where that like if I'm learning to love myself, I'm able to then love other people too, right? That like if we don't do that inner work, then we're depleted, we're feeling lack, and we're then just mirroring on that to the world through other people, right? As to where I'm giving myself love and raising that energy and that vibration and that membrance, then I can go out into the world and give truth, okay? So those are just a few things, I wanted to share, and like for you, all of this is about you, right? I know I'm using my stories, but can you relate? What's going on with you? If you're going through like some advancement spiritually, you're going to start noticing things you used to care about you don't care about as much. You're going to notice possibly with foods. You're going to notice you're wanting to do certain activities that resonate with you more. You're going to like want to hang around certain people, have certain kind of discussions, watch certain kinds of things on YouTube or movies, and that you'll start paying attention. Here's the other thing. You'll start paying attention to the signs. Like here's a sign. Here's whether it's like this like voice or something that you can connect with and resonate with in a meditation, that you like lean in that direction or that you listen to. But I'm reading these books that's like read this, watch this video, watch this, do this, create this video. This is what's next, Gavin. Don't worry about like your ego mind or the past or like what you expect it to look like. Give it over to me, give it over to God, give it over to the spirit, and allow this perfection unfold, because we're going in that direction one way or the other. You can go as like a stream, slowly down the river in like an inner tube, or you can kick and scream and make it a terrible experience. And we'll all look back when whether it's this life review or all kinds of different ways that we can like experience what we felt like was our past, and we'll see the imperfection. So why not remember right now that the perfection's unfolding? Right now, not have that trust in God and really pay attention and follow that. That's what I'm doing. Here I am. And I'm trying to make these videos shorter, but whatever comes out is what comes out. I trust that's what was meant to be. Again, these videos will be interesting. This is like towards the end of February 2023. You might be watching this days in advance, months in advance, years in advance. And I really, the big download is that this is my journal. This is, I'm sharing with the world the process of our awakening together. That's why I'm inviting you to do it with me. There is no me, it's us, right? The oneness movement called the Onement, right? So many cool things going on this planet, what feels like this world right now. I know there's so much, there's just insanity out there. What do you want to pay attention to? Do you want to watch the news and feel bad? Look at that. That's your choice, and like you're calling that forth because maybe you're addicted to feeling bad. I know I've been there, and like sometimes I'm just like I want to feel bad. Or are you refusing to go to the negativity, having those negative discussions, watching negative things, and instead taking that time and meditating and breathing and listening to music and going in nature, right? I'm so working on all those things and invite you to do the same. So, enough babbling. Thank you so much for being here. Would love to hear from you. Like, subscribe, the bell, all of that. The bell makes you get every time I put a new video out, which is a few times a week, hopefully, as I'm still on that path. And just honored to be here with you. I'm excited. So much love, my brothers and sisters. I will see you again very soon.